You know, you can tell me, go rob a bank, Whitney, and I can say no. You can shoot me, but I'm not going to go rob the bank for you. I can be pure morally. But as soon as you get, 20 of us in a room together, people have different ethical standards, or people have different situations. My baby is starving. I can't get food any other way. Can somebody help me? So maybe it's not robbing a bank, but it's a different way of getting money from the bank, but you build common ground to do so. But in the process, somebody maybe has to give a little bit on their purest moral principles from this direction and from this direction, because we're a democracy. And one of the rules of democracy is that it's not a winner-take-all game. We are not a monarchy. In a monarchy, where Louis XIV said, "L'État, c'est moi." L'État, the state, c'est moi. It is me. L'État, c'est moi. Or it is I. We're not a monarchy, a private thing, a private tool of the monarch. We are a public thing, a res publica. That's where our word republic comes from. A self-governing res publica, where no one is ever winner take all. And that's why the atmosphere in Washington today is totally out of control and poisonous, because the attitude is winner take all. Well, those guys are in now, and I can't wait till I get in, and I'm going to kick butt when I get in. We've lost the spirit of comity and comedy. People could lighten up a little bit and have a sense of humor. We've lost the spirit of comity. We've lost a spirit of how to work together, and an understanding that, okay, it hurts a little bit, but I will give up a little bit of what I hold dear if you'll give up a little bit of what you hold dear on the perimeter here, if we can make our country better as a whole. And what you hear from longtime seasoned legislators is that we have lost that spirit of how to work together. Doesn't mean that you don't still have your core principles, but you have to understand, if you're playing a football game, you're not playing by the rules of baseball. If you're playing in a res publica, a public thing, the republic, and we are a constitutional republic, you are not playing by the rules of a monarchy. Go in elected office expecting that there will be give and take. You don't have to abandon your principles. But don't just say, it's me and this or nothing, because that is a sheer formula for disaster in a representative, self-governing republic. It won't happen. Okay, good question, Bob. Other questions?
I was just going to give my 2 cents
Absolutely.
on another strength that you could add to that
Yes.
list. I was thinking about it, and one could be creativity or willingness to be creative, because I assume, and tell me if I'm wrong, but there are certain issues that Governor Engler had to tackle that Governor Blanchard and Governor Romney and Governor Granholm have also had to tackle. Pretty much similar or the same issues.
That's right.
Now, if all 4 governors tried to tackle the same issue, using business as usual or using the same method, there wouldn't necessarily be room for any type of growth, any type of improvement in the way government works, or any type of improvement among their constituents, or any possibility for an improved outcome, upon the last time that, a method was tried to solve X issue, be it, job loss, be it creating jobs in a certain area of the state, trying to improve the infrastructure of an inner city like Grand Rapids or like Detroit or like Lansing, trying to improve provision of welfare, etc.
Creativity is extremely important, and the other word that you could use for that is imagination. Imagination is one of the most important qualities for any leader to have, because the leader is, look, here's the difference between a leader and a manager. A manager makes the status quo work better. If you inherit something and you're told, look, you're a crack manager, you have your MBA from Seidman College, I want you to make what we've set up work better. A leader visualizes through her imagination something that can be greater and now has the task of bringing Dave along, Kathy along, Melissa along, Cameron along, Bob along, and so forth, Mickey along. You've got to bring all these people. You've got to find, with your emotional intelligence, you've got to work smart to figure out a way to bring these people along. And when you start talking to them, creative solutions often emerge. It's true. So I thought Engler was extremely creative. That's why he was so much fun. I have to tell you, when I first started working for him, I thought it'd be a year or two sabbatical away from the University of Michigan. It's where I'd been doing my work. And I thought, I'll go up, I'll learn what leadership looks like from the inside of an administration instead of from archives and outside. And I had so much fun there. It's hard, hard work. But you know, it was such good work. And the creativity that I never fully went back to the academy because of it. But the imagination, the creativity, how do we visualize something that's a big improvement over what we are? And then the challenge, not just, it's easy to imagine, but then how do you actually implement it? That's the glorious thing. I often go back to what I see, and we can wrap it up here. I think technically go to 11:15, but we can wrap up. I often go back to the Constitutional Convention of 1787 in Philadelphia, and I look at what imagination the founders brought. But not only imagination, it was also, once they debated, the practical skills to see how our government would actually get off the ground so that we would truly be a republic that dignified our citizens by recognizing their freedom. We will give the power to you. It'll be a system of checks and balances. We're going to set up this elaborate, this was a creation, an elaborate creation that had never been seen on the face of the earth. The Roman Republic was the closest analog, but we were much bigger and we were much more complex, and look at what happened. We've succeeded. Our Constitution, our Republic has lasted longer than just about any other form of government. Does it have strains right now? Does it have terrible challenges? We just came out of a world history class in which this gentleman here on the end, Bob, asked the question, what would a revolution look like today? People wonder. You know, we're at loggerheads. There are a lot of issues that we face. So far, our Constitution has handled these issues well, and it's been through creativity of the founders. So creativity is essential to great leadership. Any other questions? Well, thank you very much for coming. I hope you're ready to sign up now for more of our leadership workshops and seminars in the future. Brian Flanagan will be offering some seminars next year. I will also, do we have any other workshops coming up?
We have one final workshop on April 6th, and that will explore, I think it's goal setting and action planning, and that's going to be, it was originally elective, but it's basically now a requirement for anyone who wants to get the certificate. So that's April 6th, same time and place. And we're also, right now, accepting applications for the Leadership Fellows Program, which is a full academic year event. We have monthly luncheons that Dave and Christine and Kathy and Austin can tell you all about. But we also have lots of amazing opportunities that students can take advantage of, including our evening events, but also others provided by the Economic Club of Grand Rapids, the World Affairs Council of West Michigan, the Gerald R. Ford Foundation, and Library and Museum. And so if you'd like to apply, or if you're interested in learning more about it, can I mark it for me for a second?
Absolutely.
You can visit gvsu.edu/Hauenstein. /fellows. And if you go there, you can learn all about the program. You can see bios for our current crop of 40 students, and you can download the application and send it in by April 16th. So hope some of you consider.
How many students do you accept?
Well, there are 40 students each year, but there's always a carryover from year to year. We have about 17 slots this year that we're filling.
It's going to be a competitive year.
It will be.
But that's okay. We encourage everyone who's interested to apply, because that tells us something about you. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed getting to know some of you a little bit better in the course of this seminar, and I look forward to seeing you at future seminars. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm so impressed you go all downtown to see us.
You guys do too.
Yeah.